All right, so welcome to my YouTube series / podcast, however you're listening or watching. It's called Real People, Real Superheroes, and I'm here with my first guest speaker.
Special.
What's your name?
John Michael, the one and only.
So, if you could just let us know who you are for those that don't know who you are.
I'm the average dude. I'm the average dude that put in work. Really, that's who I am. You know. I got two sisters I raised. My mom, she died of breast cancer when I was 21. But before that, like, just an average dude, man. I went to college. I went to high school. Cheated my way through high school.
Yeah.
So the way I got into like honors classes, I had this chick that sat right next to me. She was smart. We was taking the FCAT, I think, and I was like, you know what? Those questions look just like my questions.
Right.
So those answers got to be just like my answers.
So you just plugged it in.
So I just I copied her whole thing. I got in a whole bunch of honors classes, and then I had to put in work to be in honors classes.
Right.
So then I put in work there, and I survived through the honors classes, and then took the SAT. Was going to take the SAT to be honest with you. Was good the whole time. I was good the whole day. Then I went into the class and like out of nowhere, just I got sick, sneezing, coughing. Couldn't even focus on the test. And again, I looked at her test. It looked
right
just
there.
like my test.
Yeah.
So like, am I proud to say it? No, but I'm like an average person. Like I got like B's and C's throughout high school. I was just an average dude. And then when when my mom passed the cancer, like there was no more time to be average. Like I couldn't cheat my way through life. I couldn't, look at somebody else and be like, I'm gonna take what they do. And just copy what they do.
Yeah,
and
cheat your way through.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't cheat. I couldn't cheat anymore because the work that I put in really was gonna like my sister's survival was based on me, stepping up, saying, I can be average because the average person I can't take care of these two girls being 21 years old. That's when my mom passed. I was 21, she was 41. So that's who I am. I'm just an average person that just stepped up when it came time.
So I don't wanna shy away from this question right here. When your mom passed away, were you in that upper echelon where everything that she needed was there for her? Like, did you have the income already, like where they needed the medicine that it was there for her? Like, were you at that upper echelon when that happened, or were you middle class, lower class?
We was low class, bro. Like we was low class, but we was blessed. We was blessed. Like, my mom, when she was going through cancer, we just had so much. We had so much support, but that support didn't just it wasn't automatically there. Like that support came from people saying, like my mom opened her mouth and said, "Hey, we ain't looking for handouts. We just want the opportunity."
Right.
So we was blessed a lot. We were still low class. Like we still I remember Thanksgiving, we were in the shelter getting food for Thanksgiving, and I drove past the shelter after years and she was gone. I was like, damn, I remember when we were in the line getting food for Thanksgiving. So we was by no means middle class. We was low class, and when she passed away, that time I wasn't making money like that, but I just had faith in the man above. I had faith in the man above, and I tell everybody when she passed, at that time I knew I could step up and take care of her and take care of my family.
So you believe that was the shift from you changing that mentality of just continuing to cheat your way through that process of school?
Yeah.
That was your shift.
Yeah, there were so many shifts throughout the process. Like when I came home, I really wasn't even on. Like my mindset wasn't even there yet. Like I'm thinking like when did that shift happen? And I can honestly say things started to click when I got faith again. Because when she was going through cancer, I was like, yo, my mom, she lost her mom and dad when she was 20 years old, and we were homeless. She was homeless with me.
Whoa.
And she went through that. She went through homeless, and she went through taking care of me. So she already had suffering in her lifetime.
Yeah, she already had a record of it.
She already had a record of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you're young and she's going through, and she's such a loving person, such a giving person, and she's going through this. So when I first came back, I was like, my faith was tested a lot, because I was like, bro, why is she going through this? And I didn't have any faith. And then once I saw how strong she was through everything that she was going through, how strong she was, I was like, how is she doing this? And she had the faith. So Okay.
Wow.
So that's where I think that's when the shift happened. Is when I saw how much faith she had and how positive she was and how it was changing the people around her.
So the whole environment changed.
Whole environment changed, bro.
So she didn't look at it as in cancer. She looked at it as in, this is a moment where I'm gonna show you guys the faith that I had.
Opportunity, bro. Opportunity. She was like, yo, how we gonna milk cancer? How are we gonna change the game? She came out with a breast cancer organization called Also Pink that of course I'm gonna start up, when I get things rolling.
Yeah.
She did that. She crafted, she gave back. Like I remember she was giving her last money to people.
Even where she was at.
When she had no money, bro.
Yeah.
She wasn't working. She was giving her last $300-$400. And $300-$400,
And that
that go a long way.
Yeah,
where we come from?
Yeah, where we come from? Yeah.
Yeah. So, that seeing that faith that she had, that's the shift that I had. At that moment, things shift and I regained that faith.
So you mentioned it, but I want the listeners to hear this, and I want the people that are watching to hear this. So correct me if I'm wrong. Your mom's superpower, she is a real person, right?
It's a real person.
Real person, real situation. Her superpower, correct me if I'm wrong, her superpower is faith, right? She had unwavering faith. Like she believed it even if she couldn't see it.
In the heart, and with the strongest winds, her faith wasn't knocked down. With the strongest winds, no matter how tough it got.
And at that moment, you were 21, correct?
Yeah, just around, yeah.
So you wasn't 30, you wasn't 40, you were 21 when you experienced
bro.
that.
Just
and how old
life.
were your sisters? Around like what age?
10, 14, 10, 13, so one was 10 and the other one's like 13, 14.
You mustered your faith because you seen your mom doing it.
So I was like, how can I not do it when she's battling cancer, trying to, still loving on us, trying to make a living, and it's a single parent.
Yeah.
Only person here. We were the only people here in Florida.
No aid.
No aid, bro.
No safety net.
No safety net. We had love. So I don't take that back at all. Like we had love and we had support.
Yeah.
But it take more than that.
Right.
And she appreciated and I appreciate it. But it's so much that can do when you going through a point in time when you're losing your life. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you. So let me ask you this: since the podcast title "Real People, Real Superhero," one of the questions that I always want to ask my audience and my people is, what is your superpower? If you had to say it, like what is it?
My superpower is it's the positivity, bro.
So you
through everything. Like when bad shit happen, I'm just like, all right, how are we gonna make it work? How are we gonna make it work? I don't dwell on the negative stuff. So many things in life happen, and I understand that. Like losing my mom, I understand that's just a part of life. You lose people that you love.
That's true.
But I looked at the positive in it.
So the good times.
The good times.
Memories.
The memories, the laughs, the love.
Things that people can't take away.
Bro, I tell everybody, I had my mom for 21 years. I was blessed to have her for 21 years. My sister, she had my mom for 10 years, bro.
I feel that, bro.
So there's so much memories that she remembers with my mom.
Right.
I was blessed with 21 years.
21.
So when I look at that, I'm like, I'm blessed.
How can you complain?
How can I complain? So I think that's like one of the things that gets me through life is it can be a lot worse.
And I feel like a lot of people forget this. Like me and you, we got something similar. Like when you say 21, I say 16. Because that's the age my sister died.
Yeah.
So I feel that. I feel what you say about that. That takes honor and that takes skill. Because not a lot of people, they'll go through situations where like traumatic experience, they go through it and then they'll let that eat them alive.
Eat them alive, and you can't let that eat you alive, because it ain't gonna get no better by just sitting there saying, oh, I wish this and I wish that. Like you gotta bone up. You gotta say, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen, and that's what it came down to.
I love it. And a lot of people get this idea that super people, superpowers, and superhumans, they don't have weaknesses. We all share weaknesses because we're real people.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what is your weakness? And what are you doing right now to currently aid that or help you fix it?
My weakness is, I saw my mom, she passed at 41, so I'm big on living life. Like I'm big on living life. Like you only got one life, so yeah, I'm not so much of like a big spender. I'm not gonna spend my money on stupid stuff, but when I got money, I'm gonna spend it.
So what was the last thing you kind of like splurged on?
I bought some glasses today.
For real?
I bought some frames. I bought like 5 of them.
They're clean?
$700 clean.
See, real people, real superhero. They're not shying off of that.
Yeah, and that $700 could have went to something better. Yeah, I understand. What I'm doing now, to be honest, is I'm sitting down. My sisters and I, we sitting down and we reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I'm sitting down tomorrow. We're gonna have breakfast together and we're gonna look over finances. How much money we bringing in? How much money is gonna go to this? So tomorrow I'm gonna start splurging. So that was my last splurge.
That was your last splurge.
It gotta be because I can't tell my sisters don't splurge.
Yeah. You can't. You can't call the kettle black if you're doing the same thing.
Come on now.
All right, so let's talk into a little bit of your profession. Like, how were you able to spend $700 on some shades? Like, what do you do to make income or revenue?
Real estate, and it's really I sell homes, but what I realized since I've had time to free up my brain is that I'm looking out for people. I'm looking out for their best interests. I'm finding out what's important to them. I'm searching. I'm not just saying, oh, you know what, we can't find this, or hey, we can't do nothing. It's like I'm searching. If we can make it happen, we're gonna make it happen. And that's how I can afford $700 frames. It's because I'm putting in the time to really care about someone else instead of myself. And I'm blessed. Like, it's hard. I'm just gonna talk from experience. It's hard to think about someone else when you need yourself. But I've been blessed to be able to say, you know what, my sisters are fed, I'm fed, we got a roof over our head, I'm blessed. I got clarity in my mind. Because before I'll be 100 with you, before when I had no money, I was like, yo, how can I make a deal? And I was just blessed, so a deal would come right when I need it. But when I changed things around, I was like, yo, let me look out for my people.
The whole perspective changed.
It just changed.
And you were still able to eat off of that.
Eat more.
So you didn't have to be that guy that's like, oh no, I'm gonna sell them any type of house. That's not how you got it, right?
No.
You were just pure energy, pure focused on the purpose of the people and what they wanted, right?
What's best for them. It ain't rocket science, bro. It ain't rocket science.
So for a 20 or 21 year old, how could they get into real estate? Like, what's the first step that you took to getting into real estate?
Sacrifice. When I first got into real estate, I deleted social media. I didn't hang out with nobody. I gave no females attention. I went to do my real estate, my course. After I studied, took care of my family, my sisters and my mom, and that was it. You set priorities, basically boundaries. 2-3 months straight. I ain't do nothing but that. Yeah, and I remember I used to meet like old people, and they're like, I cried because I failed it like 10 times, and I was scared because I'm 21, and I was like, bro, I cheated. You remember the dude in high school? I cheated. I was like, I don't know if I could cheat. I'm like, I'm in the real world now. Like, I don't know if I could cheat.
Right.
Like, I don't know if I could cheat on this. So I studied. I changed, because when I went to college, I started studying economics, and I started like learning about money, and I was like, okay, I like this. So that's what changed it. So when I went to, it birthed the I would say the grit, like hey, you gotta study. You gotta do it.
Yeah, no one else can.
No one else can.
No one else can put food on your table.
And that changed everything. From when I went to college, that changed like me doing it for myself. That changed that mentality. So when I came back, I was like, I gotta do it for myself. Ain't nobody gonna do the test for me. I gotta do the test myself. So I studied and I sacrificed. So if someone wanted to get my business, you gotta sacrifice.
It's not gonna be easy.
It's not gonna be easy. And then when you get in it, you gotta sacrifice more. You gotta know when to say no. You gotta know when your boys or your homegirls, they say, hey, let's go out. You gotta be like, I gotta wake up early in the morning. And it's not because I gotta be up. It's just because you gotta put all in. You gotta put it all in. When you with your clients, you can't be like, oh, I got a hangover. You gotta be like in their face, like, my guy, I got the best house for you, my guy.
Right.
Like, and that's the sacrifices you gotta make. But when you make those sacrifices, I'm telling you, like, my sisters, they don't need for nothing.
Woo! Say that again.
They don't need for nothing, and I don't have like legacy wealth. I don't really. I'm
not
reading,
yet.
Yeah, not yet. I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I don't have wealth. But I know my sisters, they're not in a foster home. They don't have to stay with other people. They with family. They with me.
Yes.
And that's because of the sacrifices that I put in.
I love it. So I wanna dialogue real quick. There was something that he told me in Miami that I'll never forget. It was kind of like a strategy in real estate. And it was, I don't want to steal your thunder, but go back to when you told me about when you changed your your picture on your houses for sales.
Mm.
Can you tell the audience that, because that really touched me, and I'm not even in real estate.
Yeah,
but you remember that story, right?
Yeah, when I had my face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had my face. So I was doing open houses, and I had like generic signs, and I had a lot of people coming in. It was good. Then I got some money. I said, you know what? Let me put my face on it. I see everybody else putting their face on. Let me put my face on it. Put my face on it.
Donut, 0 for the people that are listening. 0, not a 10.
Zero. So then I was like, wow. And I was in good areas where there's a lot of traffic. I was getting good traffic before. So I said, let me switch it up. So the next week, I did generic signs again. Flooded. So I said, you know what? That's just the world that we live in. And what I could have did was I could have said, you know what? I could have bitched and complained and said, you know what? This is thousands of dollars. I put my face on it. Those are expensive ass signs.
Yeah.
I could have said, you know what? I could have. No, I ain't doing
Still
this.
kept it. Yeah. I like arrogant. Just kept with it.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I could have kept with it, or I could have quit. I could have said, you know what? There's racist people out there. They're not gonna do business with me.
Yeah.
I could say, you know what? Let me work with what I got. I'm big on working with what I got. What you came down here with, what God gave you, is what you got.
That's it.
Ain't no enhancing unless you put in the work. But what you got is what you got. So I said, you know what? What I'm blessed is what I got. I'm blessed to be black. I'm blessed.
That's it.
So I can't say, yo, I'm not a white man. You know what? The white man's gonna have it better. I'm gonna have it harder. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work with what I got.
Work with what you got and work harder.
Generic signs, and it is what it is. Not taking anything against white people, not putting anything or taking anything away from black people. It is what it is. We're in a world where it is what it is.
But you still eat.
I eat. So when people say, oh, you black and you doing real estate and you in white neighborhoods, I'm like, yeah, but
that's not gonna stop the check. That's not gonna stop you from buying a house.
They still love John Michael.
Yeah.
John Michael.
Okay, so I want to ask you this random question, because you're a real person, but you still got superpowers. So what's in your pockets right now?
There's some chapstick.
Chapstick. What else? What else you got?
Comb.
Man, this man.
So don't touch that part. That's part. I got the chapstick.
Okay.
Got some floss.
So here.
Oh, that's not floss.
AirPod gang. I don't got mine on me, but Okay.
I got big racks.
Big racks.
$1.
That's $1 bill. Let me get that real quick. Thank you.
We'll get that later though. Yeah.
So you're a real person. You don't got like a special belt. Nothing, right?
I don't do that special belt stuff, bro. I do this belt, little skinny work belt. I don't do that. Cause you know what? I saw Nipsey Hussle. He was talking about something, and he was like, "Yo, why you don't got these big chains and stuff?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, that don't make the person who you are. It makes you who you like is what you are.
Yeah, your energy.
It's not the clothes you wear." And I'm like, you know what? I don't need that fancy stuff, because right now I'm looking for legacy, bro.
Legacy, dynasty, yeah.
Because when I'm reading this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, the man said, if you stop working today, how long can you live off the money you got? And when I read that, I said, whoa, my sisters, they done. Like, real talk. Like, if I don't put in more work, if I don't get millions, my sisters are done.
Yeah. That's reality. That's not no like
it is
BS.
What it is what it is.
Yeah. That's reality.
It is what it is.
I feel you on that, bro. I feel you on that. So let me ask you this: what is the biggest mistake people do in your field of real estate? Like, what is the biggest mistake that they can do?
We take, and even me. There's days I take for granted. Like, oh, I'll do this tomorrow. There ain't no tomorrow.
It's not promised.
There's no tomorrow, and every day it's like a building block. Every day, you keep building every day, and you're doing the little things that are predictable every day. Boom, that success will start rolling in.
Yeah.
And it's not rocket science.
It's not.
There's plenty of people doing it. So it's people take for granted, and not even in my field, but in everything, people take days for granted. They think that we guarantee this stuff, and I'm like, you're not guaranteed.
I feel like that's like average thinking. Like, I feel like people who just settle for that, they just average with it. They settle for it. But with people that think like John, people that have that more tenacity, you living on a what? How many acres is this, man?
I'm living on the world, bro.
So,
but and what I also want to share is that when people when you lose something before you want it to go, you realize like that time that you had, that time like you wasn't appreciating as much as you should have.
Yeah.
You wasn't appreciating it. So when you lose something before that time, is up, you're like, yo, I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready for this to be going. Why is it going so fast? So I appreciate it every day, and I'm like, yo, I look at my mom picture every day when I'm working. I'm like, yo, I got.
Man, the camera died on me, but we still got great content. Keep watching, keep listening. Let's go. The parting words for the people, and how can they reach you?
Well, you can reach me on IG, the real JMC _. It's your boy. Give me to like 1,000 followers. I got less than 1,000 followers.
Let's get that. That's the goal.
But you can call me 407-535-1300. Text me, call me if you have any questions. And what I want to
business only.
Only. But what I would leave everybody with is days ain't guaranteed. That's just from what I'm living with. Days ain't guaranteed.
I love it.
So you gotta work hard so you can enjoy life, enjoy those memories of the people that you love and care about the most.
And that's the title for today, man. Days aren't guaranteed.
So like
thank you, bro. I appreciate the love
my
and
guy.
support, my guy.
My guy. My guy.
Let's